What it is, it's your man DeeJay KNS back again. So the entire time that I've been making these videos for the past 11 months, I've been using some very, very old equipment. The MacBook Pro is from 2014. The Mac Pro in the studio is a 2010. I'm using an old version of Maschine. I'm using 2.7. And you know what? It's time to upgrade. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna check out the new addition to the family. We're gonna do a little unboxing. Let's get it cracking. Alright, y'all, so basically I had to do an upgrade. It was time. My gear is so old, you know what I'm saying? I really truly believe that, you use what you have to the best of your ability. There's been a lot of advancement in technology with the stems features built into the DAWs and the softwares and stuff like that. And although I was able to utilize Serato DeeJay or Serato sample to do a stem separation, it was just a couple of extra steps that I really shouldn't have to do, especially because the new version of Maschine has that built in, as well as the new version of Logic has that built in. So I had to upgrade. Not only did I have to get a new laptop, right? But I have to upgrade to the new version of Pro Tools. I gotta pay for the upgrade for the new version of Maschine. I'm gonna pay for the new version of Final Cut and Logic as well. This is a major upgrade, you know what I mean? So I figured I was just about to just tear this thing open and just start transferring all the files and configuring, but I said, you know what? Let's make this an event, because it's been a long time since I actually bought myself something like this. So let's check it out. So I got a couple accessories for the joint. I got this hard shell case. I got to protect the investment. This thing was expensive. I got me this joint right here because all of my computers, I have the same size hard drive that I use to clone as a backup. You know what I'm saying? Every week or so, a week to 2 weeks, I'm always doing a backup of my computer so that I don't lose anything of importance, right? So I had to get this. This was highly recommended based on my research. And then obviously I got a case for it. And then, this is USB-C technology. So I had to get me a USB-C hub. So basically when I did my research, this one really came highly rated. So I went and got that as well. Now, as far as the computer is concerned, the crazy thing is everything with Mac, since after Steve Jobs died, they kind of changed how they did it. And as you know, everything is soldered to the logic board. So the way you buy it is the way it's gonna be forever. You can't upgrade the hard drive, you can't upgrade the RAM, you can't upgrade anything. So the specs that you really, really need, you're gonna have to get that initially when you make the purchase. Yeah, I did a bunch of upgrades on this, so it cost me a grip, but whatever. So let's get it cracking, yo. I mean, the presentation is nice, you gotta admit. Apple, I know why everybody's sit there and wait in line for the new Apple, man, because you really get what you pay for, you know what I mean? Look at this joint right here. This is a 16-inch, right? So the biggest laptop I've ever had is 15-inch. I've even had a 13, but now we have a 16. Let's see what else we have in here. All right, so we got the USB-C MagSafe adapter. So this is obviously the power cable. I paid for the upgrade of this power supply. So this one is actually the 140 watt USB-C power adapter. And what's this? Documentation, probably that sticker. I think it even came with the little microfiber cloth because, yep, I upgraded the display. I went and got like the better display, If I'm gonna spend all this money, I might as well get the bells and whistles, because this computer is gonna hold me over for the next decade. Y'all might think that's funny and roast me in the comments, but it's all good, bro. Like, I use what I have until the wheels fall off. Take this off. Man, look at this beauty. Oh my God. Ooh-wee. It's like engraved. I don't know if you can see that. What it says, it's like engraved right here. It says MacBook Pro. Upgraded to the 140 watts so it can charge a lot quicker. Did I upgrade to a longer cable? I don't know, but this cable looked kind of long, right? Which is a good thing. And it's braided too. It's just like my iPhone cable where it's nice and braided. So I'm assuming that this is gonna last. This should last before I have to upgrade that. All right, as you can see by the amber light, we got juice. So let's power this thing up and see what it's all about. What? You hear that? Man. Yo, this thing is sweet. It's even got the little fingerprint joint right here. Let's see what we got. Okay. All right, it's gonna tell me hello in a bunch of different languages. All right, I think this is the part where I need to set up the other computer to do the migration using Migration Assistant. So stay tuned.
Use English as the main language. Press the return key.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Man, it's like, it must got some AI because she's talking to me right now, which is hilarious. Language chooser, United States. Boom. All right, this is where we're gonna go from a Mac Time Machine or startup disk. All right, cool. So let me get the other computer. I'll be right back. So I want to point out something when we talking about the screen size, right? So here's my 2015. And look how much of this is not being used by the screen. It's just a big black outline, right? Versus this, right? So not only is my screen big because it's a 16 inch, but you get more real estate than you get on the older models.
3 days later.
All right, y'all, so it's been a few days since I recorded the first part of this video. I've got everything transferred over in here. The migration was successful. However, when I went into Native Access, which is the app that Native Instruments use to upgrade the products that you have for them, there was a lot of broken paths that I had to fix, right? So basically I had to go in there and I had to relink the file locations of a bunch of the sound packs that I had for the Native Instruments, complete, massive, all that stuff. So I had to do that and I got that resolved. The next thing that I have to do is I have to go in and I need to open up every piece of different VST and software that I have in here and see if it's compatible or not. I can already tell you that the Final Cut Pro that I was using in my old 2014 right here, this workhorse right here, it does not work with the new joint right here. So I have to uninstall that and get the new version and make sure that's right. Same thing with Pro Tools. Pro Tools, the version I had of Pro Tools, I have to upgrade that as well. Now, when I did upgrade everything in Native Access, the Native Instruments app, it did upgrade the machine to the latest version of Machine 2 that is not 3, if that makes sense, right? So basically I was using like 2.17.4 or something like that. Now it's up to 2.18.4. So basically the next step is for me to upgrade to Machine 3, and I'm gonna actually buy the Machine 3 upgrade that has the additional sound packs for Massive and a couple other things, right? So if I'm gonna upgrade, I might as well upgrade for real, right? So in the course of doing all of that, there's still a lot of work that has to be done. But in the course of doing that, I actually made a beat to make sure that everything is working with Machine, because, you know, I got to provide some footage for the content, right? So I'm going to show you how I made that beat, right? So basically, what I did is I found a sample by an artist out of Canada named Bruce Cockburn. He's got an album called In the Falling Dark that was released in 1976, and I found a bunch of samples off of that album. And I'm going to recreate it right now. I'm going to show you what it is. And so far, like, I have this.
When I tossed him on a log on Gavin's wood pile, and one
I got that.
times.
So those are a lot of the different pieces that I used to chop up for this particular beat. Because this was just a quick beat to see if everything is working correctly, I didn't utilize everything, but I did utilize a few pieces that you'll hear, right? So then I have this. And what I did is I did a little chop on that as well, right? And then I obviously have a bass. So we have that, and then we also have,
hey yo, K&S, drop it on them.
my Nori drop, right? So let me show you how I put this together, right? We're gonna do this quick and dirty. first thing is I want to lay down some percussion, right? So we're gonna go ahead and lay down these drums real quick. Let's go ahead and lay down these drums first. All right, so now that we have the drums, let's go ahead and do the sample chop. All right, so let's go ahead and add these accent notes. Alright, so we have that piece in there, and then we also have, let's try add that real quick. Alright, so those are the accent notes, right? I'm going to shift them to where they were originally because obviously I'm freestyling the way I did it. But this is how it sounds, right? This is how it sounds right here. Cool. So now the thing that I did next was I had a bass line to it, right? All right, so this is how I did the bass line. All right, so let me go ahead and play you the bass line that I did originally because obviously I missed a few notes, but this is how it sounds, right? Alright, cool. So the next thing I did was I just did a little intro sequence for a lead in and put the nori drop on there. So let me show you how I did that, right? Alright, so then
the last thing that I have to do is put the nori drop. So it sounds like this.
Hey, yo, K&S, drop it on them.
Alright, so now that the intro's done, let me put everything together and show you how it's supposed to sound. We're going to start with the intro, then we're going to go into the main section, and we're just going to do mutes as always, right?
Hey, yo, K&S, drop it on them.
Yeah, man. So basically, that's the beat right there. I just had to do a quick little beat to make sure the new computer was doing what it had to do. And so far, so good. So I got to continue to get this 100%, which is going to take a little bit more time. But as always, make sure that you let me know in the comments what you think about this quick little beat here. You know what I mean? Either give me a thumbs up or thumbs down. But like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so every time I upload a new piece of footage, you'll be the first to know. Make sure you check the website at djkns.com. And check me back next week for another beat video. Hopefully by that time, everything will be where it needs to be with this new computer. You know what I mean? But in any case, KNS out.
Hey, yo, K&S, drop it on them.